First, we're going to Florida to, I think he's the best dressed man on the call. Enrique, you are looking good today, my friend. You're up with Brian Covey.
Hey, Brian, good to see you again. And we're going to be chatting later on this year.
That's right.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you in terms of a personal growth, because we know that, there's so many challenges into what we do. But what personal challenge did you have to face and overcome to be where you are today?
So I'll give you two. I think the one for me that I go back and I reference this a lot is when I was 12 and 13, I was pretty overweight, over 200 pounds and like 5'6", 5'7", like shouldn't be that weight. And our basketball coach at the time was also our pediatrician. I remember going in the office with my mom and finding out how unhealthy I was. And our family has in our genes, unfortunately, and it'd be passed on, like high blood pressure and all these things. And that was a pivotal moment for me, is overcoming that and waking up at 5 a.m. every day when I didn't want to and running, and then going in the summers in Memphis when it was super hot and I would run at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. And that taught me the discipline and overcoming. Like I could have taken the easy route and stayed overweight and just done that and, had fun and not been committed. That taught me a lot of grit and discipline that to this day is still an anchor for me. And so I think overcoming that, looking back now, having kids and seeing what they go through almost gave me a new appreciation for, I chose to do that. And that was something I didn't really claim for a long time in my life. But now as I look back, no one made me do that. I chose it, and that's who I became. And so I see that pattern repeat a lot. So I love that one. The other I'll tell you is the story I shared earlier about being let go. The person that let me go was a mentor, somebody I looked up to, somebody that in a way I struggled with that belief in myself. And overcoming getting fired and telling your wife on a Friday that, hey, honey, I just got fired. I don't know where the next paycheck's coming from. I don't have a next job. I don't know what's going to happen there. And realizing, I think there's 3 responses we have. And they talk about fight or flight. Some people will freeze. And what I learned about myself in that moment is I'm a fighter. Like that's who I am. That's how I'm creating. That kind of takes me back to that athlete. I think for a lot of us, unless you're faced with that adversity, you don't know. And so to this day, that helped me instill belief in myself that I hadn't really had before, and really was a catalyst on my journey. And so that's what I would share, Enrique, is, and those two, man, they made me who I am today. And so I'm grateful for what happened for me, not to me.